a very important message for you. You can hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell, and you can be informed whenever new content is uploaded or we go live. Thank you.
Let's get started.
What's going on, y'all? Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. I hope I get this video out by tonight, but if not, I hope you guys all have a good weekend.
Not too much fun.
Weekends go by so quick, so enjoy every second you can. Before I get into today's topic, I do want to cover some information. So
it is my sad duty to inform you.
I was permanently banned on TikTok for misinformation and conspiracy.
I need the violence or violence.
If you guys are returning viewers, you guys know the type of content I make. You feel me? Like, I don't really talk about shit that is too far-fetched, although some people may argue with me.
I hate arguing with you.
My most recent video is about Hollywood. I don't want to talk too much about it.
My heart is nearly broken.
But that video got me permanently banned. So if you want to check out that video, check it out right here. I think you guys will like it. But here's a clip from that video that I feel like jinxed me, no lie. So the next part is censorship and influence. So the idea that powerful figures can suppress dissenting voices or manipulate narratives in media. I can go into like this complete depth of what I'm talking about. However, just to save time, all I can really say is that
They are afraid of us.
there is a cancel culture out there. There are a lot of people who are being suppressed and being targeted for just talking about important things or shedding light on stuff that needs to be shedded light on, you know? Like, if you say something that goes against Hollywood's narrative, you will not only lose opportunities, but you will also lose everything you work so hard for.
Facts.
It is what it is at the end of the day, you feel me? You just got to keep going. You got to keep persevering, because there's going to be so many roadblocks in life. There's going to be so many forces that are going to try to stop you from doing what you want to do, but you just got to keep going. And if it's meant for you, it's going to happen. If it's not meant for you,
Bye, Felicia.
God will change your path, you feel me?
God is real and God is good.
So today I just want to cover very quickly the conflict in Russia and Ukraine that now involves South and North Korea.
Wow. North Korea.
I will also be covering how 18 North Korean soldiers went AWOL in Russia. They pretty much left their post and like they're trying to escape.
I would too.
And I'm just curious, like, what the hell is going on? And Russia and North Korea are, I think, still trying to track them down. So shit is getting really weird over there. It's also really important to include that Russia is also getting involved in the Middle East. They are setting up bases in Iran and Syria and so many other like parts of the Middle East, and they keep threatening Israel and America, saying that these are our allies and that if you're gonna mess with them, you're messing with us.
Well, you're gonna have to get through me first.
There are reports of arms deals, military cooperation, and shared information that's pretty much causing a lot of tension within Russia and Ukraine. You know, with NATO and America right now, where they're like, wow, like North Korea is getting involved. So it's not a good sign, because we don't want no problems with North Korea. Like, I don't care what nobody says. People are gonna be like, we're gonna obliterate North Korea. We have way more weapons and stuff like that. North Korea ain't playing. Like, just look at their president or their freaking dictator. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't mean to offend you, Kim Jong-un. If you're watching this, don't blow me up. But I'm serious. Like, North Korea is a country that we do not want to mess with.
I don't give a fuck about
Nada.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin recently had a rare meeting, showing how their relationship is strengthening. Experts believe this partnership gives North Korea more influence on access to Russian technology and resources to build its military. On the other hand, South Korea has strengthened its alliance with the US and NATO, clearly opposing Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Normally, South Korea avoids involvement in international conflicts, but it has supported Ukraine with humanitarian aid and indirectly provided military equipment through allies. It's very interesting to say, because before their involvement in Russia, there has been a lot of tension within North Korea and South Korea. I don't know if you guys seen, but like South Korea was like sending these balloons with like these pamphlets, like pretty much disrespecting the North Korean leader and their people and whatnot.
I do love water balloons.
This careful approach shows South Korea's support for its democratic allies while trying to avoid direct conflict.
We gonna get that ass.
I beg your pardon.
And this is what bothers me the most. Everybody says they want to avoid war.
They lie.
But they are over here throwing punches and like killing each other.
Why can't we all just get along?
You feel me? It's just like a bully in a playground. Like,
Bullies, big bullies.
The bully doesn't want to get in trouble, you feel me? He doesn't want to like to be in the office, but they're over here beating everybody up, ruining the fun for everybody else.
You know, they ruin it for everybody.
And one thing that bothers me a lot, to be honest, with everything going on in the world right now, there's all these leaders, all these countries who want to act like they're the superhero, act like they don't want to start a conflict, they don't want to start World War III.
World War III! World War III!
World War III! World War III!
Viva World War III! Dear Lord, please demonstrate unto us.
And to me, I feel like it's so cap. All these countries who are getting their hands dirty act like they don't want conflict. That's all you see.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that.
For example, in Palestine and Israel keeps saying that they want peace, they want ceasefire. But what happened? They spreaded the war to Lebanon, they spreaded the war to Syria, they spreaded the war to Yemen. And it's just like,
What else you need?
Leave us alone!
funny because everybody acts like they want to, you know, prevent conflict, but they're feeding the conflict with this fire, you feel me? These actions create a complex situation. North and South Korea's roles in the Russian and Ukraine conflict could not only affect the war in Europe, but also impact stability in Asia.
Huh? Please don't hurt me!
With consequences beyond the Korean peninsula. So who knows the domino effect that this may have. North and South Korea.
Say cheese.
You are ugly.
Literally fighting in Ukraine and Russia right now as we speak.
Let them kill each other.
There are soldiers being killed and bombed. To me, this is really important news that, you know, again, North Korea is in Russia, helping them fight Ukraine. And South Korea is now in Ukraine, helping fight Russia. It's so crazy because like we don't understand the domino effect. Again, there are repercussions for this type of behavior, you feel me?
I'm on my worst behavior. Oh no, we know.
A minor.
Watch out, watch out!
But you know, who am I? I'm just some random ass dude in this cabin, you feel me? But I feel like just spreading this type of awareness, I know it may not do much because it's just words, you feel me? But
Voice is power.
you know, it's just really important for people to be aware of what's going on. Even if you feel like you can't really do much, like there's nothing that we can do to stop wars from happening.
Unless what?
We just...
So yeah, let's move on to the article about the 18 soldiers who went AWOL. So, a Ukrainian news outlet citing intelligence sources says the servicemen left their positions on the border between the Bryansk and Kursk regions of Russia. Crazy.
Shit is about to go down.
So this was posted October 15 of this year, obviously at 6:15 p.m. The Suspline news outlet citing Ukrainian intelligence sources reported that 18 North Korean soldiers fled their positions somewhere on the border between the Bryansk and Kursk regions of Russia, just 7 kilometers, which is 4.4 miles away from the state border with Ukraine. The source said the reason for them absenting themselves is not known, but it said Russian forces were currently hunting them while the commanders in the area were trying to cover up the incident to hide it from higher command. The incident comes just a day after Russian President Vladimir Putin put forward a request to ratify the treaty for a comprehensive strategic partnership between the Russian Federation and the North Korea, which had been signed on June 19 during Putin's visit to the DPRK. The Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky commented on intelligence reports that 6 North Korean officers were killed and 3 others injured by a missile strike that killed as many as 20 occupation troops near Donetsk on October 3rd. So this is evidence that there are people being killed in Russia that are from North Korea. So again, it just shows you how crazy this war is getting, and that this war isn't just between Russia and Ukraine, it's between all these other countries that are being sucked in.
Why did you bring me here?
I don't think so.
The report of these soldiers being absent without leave, aka AWOL, also coincided with other intelligence reports that up to 3,000 North Korean combat troops were being trained to form a special Buryat battalion at the base of the 11th Separate Air Assault Brigade of the Russian Army at Sosnovy Bor near Ulan-Ude in Buryatia. The reports say the unit is currently being provided with weapons and equipment.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Me? Just hanging around.
I just want to go home.
A Ukrainian male blogger, Igor Shushko, said on X on Tuesday that the North Korean troops were being issued with Russian military identity cards, identifying them as Buryats.
McLovin?
The Buryatia Republic is situated in eastern Siberia, where its indigenous people have an Asian appearance. Andrei Kovalenko, head of Ukraine's Center for Countering Disinformation, commented that integrating North Korean military personnel into Russian forces was likely to be complicated by the language barrier.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
Huh? Less than 1% of the cadre officers in the North Korean army are proficient in Russian. Understanding this is crucial for examining the potential future involvement of these troops within the Russian armed forces. Honestly, just imagine you are a Ukrainian soldier and you're like clearing out a house and like you break down the door and you just see like North Korean and Russian soldiers kicking back on the sofa smoking hookah.
That would make an interesting exhibit.
Although Russia might utilize North Korean soldiers initially in the Kursk region, there's a possibility that several tens of thousands could eventually be deployed to Russian-occupied Ukrainian territories alongside Buryat counterparts, Kovalenko added.
Deterrence has been lost everywhere.
The White House says if North Korea joins Russia's fight against Ukraine, it could have significant impacts in Europe and the Indo-Pacific. And there's looming concern Russia could help North Korea develop its nuclear program.
What does Kim Jong-un think he's getting out of this? Maybe it's technology, maybe it's capabilities.
Mr. John Kirby, this guy right here should get an award for dodging the truth. I'm really upset with today's leaders and people who represent the American people because they are literally being paid so much money to not tell the truth.
They lie all the time!
So John Kirby is just a perfect example of the puppets that are used to hide information that is crucial for the average American to know.
So in summary,
stop lying, please.
We don't have a good sense of that.
But for now, the Biden administration is just monitoring.
Why not greenlight the long-range missiles for Ukraine's use, which is Zelensky's #1 ask, as you're sounding the alarm?
Well, for one thing, Jackie, we don't exactly know what these guys are gonna do.
We don't really know what these guys are gonna do. Yes, you guys do know. You guys do know. What the hell?
What could they be there for?
A U.S. official tells Fox the intelligence community and Pentagon
what else could they be there
against
for?
allowing Ukraine to strike targets inside Russia with U.S.-made long-range missiles, citing greater cost than benefit, including limited targets in range, limited supplies, and concerns Russia would view it as escalation, something that's marked Biden's handling of the war.
Are you waiting on
This guy.
first move, sir?
Why are you laughing?
Biden refused to impose preemptive sanctions as Russia staged troops on the Ukrainian border in 2022 and hesitated to approve each military capability the U.S. later provided. Zelensky exasperated at the developments.
I hate how they always want to sign freaking missiles and shit. Like, I don't know if you guys were like watching the videos when, you know, Israel was bombing Gaza, when innocent women, children, and men were being bombed left to right. There are all these American actors, singers, politicians, leaders, so on and so forth that were doing exactly what Zelensky was doing. Signing these missiles are going to be dropped on people. Yeah, it may kill some terrorists, but most often it's dropped on innocent people. People who are just living their daily day lives. So I just hate shit like this. This makes my blood boil, to be honest.
My schedule wouldn't allow it. 4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no one. 5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. 7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing. I'm booked.
Capability the U.S. later provided. Zelensky exasperated at the developments.
If North Korea can intervene in the war in Europe, then the pressure on this regime is definitely not strong enough.
Officials say Biden has not ruled out a future change in U.S. policy or given Zelensky a definitive no yet.
If these North Korean soldiers decide to join the fight against Ukraine,
then the American taxpayers are going to have to pay way more money to help Zelensky and his country fight against Russia and North Korea. So again, this comes back down to American taxpayers. Like, imagine how much money we've already given them. And now with this North Korea escalation, you know, entering Russia. Like, just imagine how much more money Zelensky is going to be asking us for. Like, it's so crazy.
Before you go, can I borrow some money?
They will become legitimate military targets.
Right now, the U.S. is considering more sanctions as a response, we are told. But House Intelligence Committee Chairman Mike Turner says North Korea joining the fight against Ukraine should be a red line for Biden, and he should both greenlight those long-range missile strikes within Russia and also consider direct U.S. military action against the North Korean troops.
But all right, y'all, I'm going to cut the video right here. Just want to say thank y'all so much for being here from the bottom of my heart.
I mean that.
And just want to say that although the world is getting crazy and things are becoming more and more freaking extreme, just want to say that, you know, God is always willing to change the circumstance of the people, but not until they change the circumstance within themselves. I do want to like really preach that we can't change anything in this world if we don't change our souls and if we don't change, you know, the discrepancies that are within our own being, you feel me? So, you know, always reach for the stars, and if you don't make it to the stars, you'll end up on the moon.